What does a panic attack feel like? This is one of the most commonly asked questions that I receive, and it typically comes from someone that's not sure if they've ever experienced one, or they're having them frequently and they want reassurance and validation of that's exactly what they're going through, or they know somebody that does have panic attacks and they want to understand what they go through. So I'm going to start off just by sharing a typical panic attack for myself. Now, this is based on my own experience, but there's some commonalities. So there's some generalities that everyone having a panic attack goes through. It starts off with a feeling of dread, and the anxiety for me, it kept peaking, it kept building. And then I started scanning for exits. So I would look for, how do I escape? How do I get out of this situation? And after I started getting riled up, so the whole panic cycle starts and it begins accelerating, my heart rate increases dramatically. My breathing gets very shallow. And that's the thing with panic attacks, is the intensity and the rapid onset. It happens so quickly that oftentimes it feels like you've been taken over, like you don't have control. And that's what scares people the most, is this lack of control. Combine that with the feeling of dread that you're going to die, and that is the recipe for a very frightening experience, which is known as a panic attack. So it starts off with the chest breathing, the rapid heart rate, the tense muscles, and then it quickly starts escalating. And it's, for myself, it was always feelings that I was in danger and I was going to die. So I needed to escape. I needed to escape. That was my default. And it builds very quickly and it accelerates. And so what happens is you're releasing a lot of energy and you're just burning through it. So for myself, it typically lasted, say, 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes of intense panic. And then once it ended, because all panic attacks end at a certain time, it's physically not possible for it to continue forever. So just, if you have that fear, just drop that. It's not a concern, because your body cannot sustain this amount of energy usage. So what happens is it burns through very quickly, and then when you're done, you're just exhausted. You're drained, you're fatigued. Many of my clients, they go to sleep right away. You're drained. You don't have energy anymore. And so that's how it works, because it's catabolic. It burns all your energy from the inside, and you use all your available energy and your muscles, and you just feel exhausted. So that's what it feels like for me to have a panic attack. It's a combination of the most fear you could feel, having a belief that you're going to die or you're in grave danger, and for myself, it was doing whatever it took to escape. And oftentimes this came from not really respecting the safety of myself. Like, I would do things that just bolt out of a building or run across the street, not factoring in that I could actually be in danger by doing so, because the fear of escaping this death experience that I believed that I was facing was so great that I would just react. And when you react without thinking, strictly from an instinctual basis, this is what happened. So if you have a panic attack, just remember that it will pass. The key is to control your breathing. Control your breathing. Keep telling yourself that this is going to pass, that this is just a temporary feeling. It's intense, but control your breathing, ground yourself, and try to give yourself some air. That was very helpful for me. It's just getting air, getting outside, because it gave me an opportunity to slow down this panic cycle. So if you've had panic attacks, remember, the key is breathing. It will not go forever, and you'll feel tired, but you won't die. You're not going to have a heart attack. You're at no danger physically as a result of this panic attack. It's just a very uncomfortable feeling that will go away.